The Good Doctor didn't just become another medical drama, it carved out its own place by centering on a surgeon with autism and savant syndrome, blending heart, intellect, and high-stakes surgery into every episode. But what happens behind the cameras is just as compelling as what happens in the OR. From casting surprises to life-saving moments on set, the real story of The Good Doctor is filled with twists you never saw coming. These are 20 weird facts about The Good Doctor. And the bonus, let's just say there's a surgery scene the network didn't want you to see. Fact 1. Freddie Highmore almost said no. Before signing on as Dr. Sean Murphy, Freddie Highmore had just wrapped Bates Motel and was looking to take a break from TV. The script for The Good Doctor landed on his desk, but he initially passed on it, only after producers sent him a personal letter explaining how important the representation of autism would be, and assuring him he could help shape Sean's character. Did he reconsider? Highmore came on board not just as the lead actor, but also as a producer, ensuring authenticity from day one. Fact 2. The show is based on a Korean drama. Few fans know that The Good Doctor is actually adapted from a 2013 South Korean series of the same name. The original drama followed a young autistic surgeon navigating a skeptical medical community. Daniel Dae Kim, known for Lost and Hawaii 5-0, bought the rights after being impressed by the show's emotional core. He pitched it to American networks for years before ABC finally picked it up. While the American version made changes, like shifting the setting to a fictional California hospital, the heart of the story stayed true to its roots. Fact 3. Freddie Highmore writes and directs episodes. By season 2, Freddie Highmore wasn't just playing Dr. Murphy, he was writing and directing episodes too. His first writing credit came with the episode Hello, where Sean's ability to connect with a patient was tested in unexpected ways. Highmore has said that directing helped him better understand how all the moving parts of a production work together, from the lighting to the pacing of surgical scenes. His involvement behind the camera gave him more control over Sean's development and ensured a consistent portrayal of autism. Fact 4. Sean's apartment was built for visual storytelling. Every detail in Sean Murphy's apartment is intentional. The production team designed it to reflect how Sean sees and interacts with the world. Neatly organized, free of clutter, with certain objects placed for comfort and routine. The set decorators even included Easter eggs for fans, like model trains and puzzle books that reference his love for problem solving. In one season 1 episode, the camera lingers on Sean's kitchen counter, showing labeled jars and perfectly aligned utensils, subtly reinforcing his need for order amid the chaos of hospital life. Fact 5. Real surgeons advise on every operation. While The Good Doctor is a scripted drama, the medical procedures are grounded in real-life expertise. Every surgery scene is planned with the help of consultants, actual surgeons who ensure the dialogue, tools, and hand movements are correct. Actors often practice with real surgical instruments before filming, and prosthetics teams build anatomically accurate models of organs for cutting scenes. Freddie Highmore has admitted that while he's now comfortable with the fake surgeries, the hyper-realistic props sometimes make him forget they aren't real. Fact 6. Antonia Thomas did her own stunt work. As Dr. Claire Brown, Antonia Thomas often found herself in emotionally intense storylines, but she also did physical stunt work when the role called for it. In one season 1 episode, she performed CPR on a patient in the back of a moving ambulance. Rather than rely on a double, Thomas trained to perform CPR while bracing herself against sudden vehicle movements. The scene was shot over multiple takes in a rigged ambulance that shook to simulate real road bumps, adding authenticity to the urgency. Enjoying these behind-the-scenes facts? Hit subscribe and tap the bell. There's plenty more drama off screen. Fact 7. The pilot hospital is real. The pilot episode wasn't shot on a sound stage. It was filmed in a real hospital in Vancouver that had closed down only months earlier. The location provided authentic hallways, patient rooms, and operating theaters, though the crew had to bring in updated equipment to match a modern hospital's look. Shooting in a real medical space gave the pilot an authentic feel that hooked viewers from the very first scene. Fact 8. Daniel Day Kim fought to keep Freddie Highmore. ABC executives were initially unsure whether Freddie Highmore was the right choice for Sean Murphy, partly because of his strong association with Bates Motel. Daniel Day Kim personally lobbied for him, arguing that Highmore's acting range could capture Sean's complexity without leaning into stereotypes. Kim's persistence paid off. Once the network saw Highmore's audition, they agreed he was the only choice for the role. Fact 9. The show consults autism advocates. From the start, The Good Doctor's creative team worked with autism advocacy groups to ensure Sean's portrayal was respectful and nuanced. They reviewed scripts for accuracy and provided feedback on everything from body language to dialogue. Some of Sean's mannerisms, like avoiding eye contact or focusing intently on a single detail, were shaped by these consultations. This collaboration has been praised by advocacy organizations as a positive step in representing neurodiverse characters on television. Fact 10. Hill Harper joined without reading the script. Hill Harper, who plays Dr. Marcus Andrews, signed on to The Good Doctor before even reading the full pilot script. He trusted the creative team's vision after a brief conversation with the producers, and was drawn to the idea of exploring hospital politics alongside medical drama. Harper later said that working on the series expanded his appreciation for the complexities of real-world hospital administration, something he researched heavily for the role. Fact 11. The operating room lights are a special build. While the show films many hospital scenes on location, the main operating rooms are sets built on a Vancouver soundstage. The massive surgical lights are specially designed for TV. They mimic real or lights, but are engineered to avoid harsh glares on camera. They can also be adjusted to cast softer shadows for more flattering close-ups of actors. Freddie Highmore has joked that standing under the lights for long surgical takes can feel like being interrogated by the sun, but they're essential for the show's crisp, clinical look. Fact 12. Paige Sparrow was only supposed to appear in a few episodes. Paige Sparrow, who plays Sean's neighbor Leah DeLallo, was initially cast for a short guest arc in season 1, but her chemistry with Freddie Highmore was undeniable, and fan reactions to Leah were overwhelmingly positive. Producers quickly extended her role, eventually making her a series regular. Her presence gave Sean's personal life a deeper storyline, balancing the medical drama with moments of warmth and connection. Fact 13. Freddie Highmore keeps Sean's scripts separate. To maintain Sean's unique voice and perspective, Freddie Highmore keeps all the Good Doctor scripts separate from his other projects. He even makes notes in a different color pen to track Sean's thought process and emotional beats. Highmore has said this method helps him enter Sean's world each time without blending in habits or rhythms from other roles. The approach ensures consistency in Sean's speech patterns and mannerisms, even years into the series. Fact 14. Some medical cases are based on crew members' stories. Not all the bizarre or rare medical cases on the show are pulled from textbooks. Some are inspired by personal experiences from crew members. Writers have incorporated real-life stories of unusual diagnoses or dramatic emergency treatments shared during brainstorming sessions. In one season 1 episode, a plotline involving a patient's unusual allergic reaction came directly from a producer's own medical scare. These personal touches add a layer of authenticity that fans might not realize. Fact 15. The cast learned to handle real surgical tools. Before filming complex medical scenes, the cast receives training on how to use scalpels, clamps, and suturing tools correctly. The goal isn't to make them surgeons overnight, but to make their movements believable. This attention to detail is why you rarely see awkward, clumsy handling of instruments on the show. Antonia Thomas has said the training also helps keep continuity consistent between shots, so that the surgery looks the same from every camera angle. Fact 16. The pilot almost had a completely different ending. In the original draft of The Good Doctor's pilot, Sean's surgery success in the airport was going to be left unresolved, ending on a cliffhanger. Test audiences strongly disliked the uncertainty, so the writers added the triumphant conclusion where Sean saves the boy's life. That change gave viewers a clear introduction to Sean's abilities, and cemented the emotional hook that made them return for episode 2. Fact 17. Christina Chang auditioned for a different role. Christina Chang, who plays Dr. Audrey Lim, originally auditioned for the role of Dr. Allegra Aoki, president of the hospital board. Producers loved her performance but felt she was a better fit for a hands-on surgeon. They created Dr. Lim's character with Chang in mind, blending her commanding presence with sharp, fast-paced OR skills. This pivot turned Dr. Lim into one of the show's most formidable characters. Fact 18. Freddie Highmore does his own hand close-ups. Many medical dramas use doubles for surgical close-ups, but Freddie Highmore often performs Sean's detailed surgical handwork himself. He rehearses with prosthetic organs and practice dummies so the camera can capture his hands in action without cutting away. The realism is so convincing that some viewers assume the show uses real medical footage, when in fact, it's just Highmore's dedication to authenticity. Fact 19. The show has a dedicated medical language coach. The medical jargon in The Good Doctor can be a tongue twister even for the most seasoned actors. That's why the series employs a medical language coach who works with the cast to ensure every diagnosis, procedure, and condition is pronounced correctly and delivered at a natural pace. This helps keep the dialogue both accurate and understandable for viewers, striking a balance between realism and clarity. Fact 20. Freddie Highmore rarely breaks character on set. While many actors relax and joke between takes, Freddie Highmore often stays in Sean's headspace for the duration of shooting days. He avoids slipping back into his natural British accent, maintaining Sean's American speech patterns, even off camera. This consistency helps him re-enter intense emotional scenes quickly without losing momentum. Co-stars have said his focus sets a professional tone for everyone on set. Bonus fact, the banned surgery scene. During season 1, the crew filmed an intense surgery scene involving a highly realistic prosthetic heart that malfunctioned mid-shot, spurting fake blood in an uncontrolled spray. The take was so convincing and so graphic that network executives worried it would push the show's rating too far. The scene was cut for broadcast, replaced with a less gory version. But according to cast members, it was one of the most impressive special effects they'd ever seen on set. If you enjoyed this, hit subscribe, tap like, and stay tuned for more.